The USA versus New Zealand and the Philippines, a wrestler versus a freestyler. Let's go to Dom Lau.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this next match is 3 rounds of 5 minutes in a one championship bantamweight contest. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he is a One Warrior Series contract winner, standing at 165 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 19 wins and 6 losses. Training out of Fairtex Gym, representing New Zealand and the Philippines. Presenting to you, Mark Tyson Fairtex Abelardo. And now, introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he is an NCAA wrestling champion, standing at 170 centimeters tall, holding a perfect mixed martial arts record of 6 wins and no losses. Training out of Evolve MMA, representing the United States of America. Give it up for Troy Pretty Boy Worthen. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Olivier Coste.
Final instructions from our referee, Olivier Coste, on One Fantasy, the world's largest martial arts fantasy game. Download it now on the One Super app. Very close, say the fans. 52% tipping Troy Worthen, 48% going for Mark Fairtex Abelardo. First round set for 3. Both men say it won't go the distance. Both are raring to go out of their corners here.
Ready? Choke!
They touch gloves. Orthodox stance on Abelardo. Southpaw stance on Worthen. Fakes early here from Troy Worthen.
You know, that stance is important, Michael. Watch that lead foot of both these guys. Abelardo is going to try to keep his foot on the outside of Worthen's. And as long as he can do that, he's going to have that center lane right down the middle.
Abelardo looking to put the first loss on the record of Troy Worthen. Worthen more fakes off that left hand, that being the rear hand of the southpaw. High right roundhouse kick there from Abelardo, showing off some of that skill set in which he is undefeated in Muay Thai and kickboxing.
I'd like to see Worthen start utilizing some lateral movement. He doesn't want to stay there. Nice little hooking combination from Abelardo.
Abelardo, beautiful lead hook. Worthen does have 3 knockouts and 1 submission, a 67% finishing rate for the American. Abelardo looks to go high with that roundhouse kick.
Yeah, Abelardo's going head hunting there with that high roundhouse kick, but he's got to set it up there. He's got to put those hands together and then throw that. I'd also like to see him start mixing in the leg kicks.
A massive 12 knockouts in 19 wins for Abelardo, 63% by knockout, 2 submissions for 11% finish. Abelardo goes to the body, then comes upstairs with that hook off the lead hand. High right roundhouse kick going for the headache maker.
So you can see that foot position that Abelardo's doing is staying right on the outside. That's going to give him that center channel. That's why he's free to open up with those head kicks. Worthen's got to be careful. I wouldn't expect Worthen, to start testing that takedown. Abelardo came out of One Warrior Series, and I know Rich Franklin's at home right now, paying a very close attention to his graduate of OWS.
Lead hand working well for Abelardo so far. Looks to the body shot, does the New Zealand Filipino. Ooh, left hand lead there from Worthen. Resets now, center of the circle, 2:45 remains, first round of 3. Jabs here from Abelardo, no right hand for company though. Worthen yet to attempt to take Abelardo down, content to play a glorified kickboxing game at the moment.
The way that he's closing the distance and the way that he's trying to play.
Oh, the high kick from Worthen, a beauty!
Nicely done. Now he's got that front headlock position. He likes this spot, but Abelardo was able to reverse and take the back.
The resilience there from Abelardo, and back to their feet, center of the circle once more. That head kick though from Worthen, that was special. As Mitch said earlier, he's been working on the striking there at Evolve MMA. showing it off so far in the opening round here.
You can see the way he was pushing forward. He was going hunting for something.
Nice uppercut counter there from Abelardo on the inside of the lead hand. Worthen edging in. What's he got in store now for Abelardo? Shoots in for a single leg, wraps it up. Abelardo dances back towards the circle fence.
Good takedown defense. Abelardo's got to start digging those underhooks. He's got to try to pull them up, but otherwise that was going to happen. Beautifully done on that single leg to transition into a high crotch. Now he's almost got the back of Abelardo. Abelardo's got to start moving.
Worthen trying to soften him up a little more, see if he can fully take the back here of Abelardo. 125 remains first of three. Driving in the knuckles off the left hands here, Worthen. Abelardo now covering the side of his face and temple, locks down that left arm, trying to protect the neck against the choke attempt from Worthen. Worthen looking to maintain that undefeated record, the American. Sitting now against the circle wall, and again, just trying to loosen up and find an opening on Abelardo, try and sink that choke dragon.
Dominant position. You can see he's trying to distract Abelardo with those punches, so with the left hand, so that he can take his right hand and slowly start working it under the chin of Abelardo. First thing Abelardo's got to worry about is those the hooks of the legs. He's got to try to pop one of those legs off and start scooting out to his side. But he's trying to hand fight right now. He's trying to defend the hands from getting tight around his neck.
30 seconds remaining now. Nice punch there. Crosses it diagonally over his shoulder. Abelardo, smartly done. The One Warrior Series contract winner, Mark Abelardo.
That was a good job by Abelardo to take the right hand of Worthen and shove it under his arm, so he has a little bit better control, so he doesn't have to worry about the choking arm. But Worthen's starting to pry those hands out and keep the punches coming. It looks like both these guys are going to see another 5 minutes.
Abelardo glancing towards his corner momentarily, and indeed we are going to go into the second round.
It was all about that last head kick landed by Worthen. Look at this. Goes up top. Mark had it fully covered. Look at this. His hand is up there. But that's the power of Worthen to turn that hip and put Abelardo down. And then from that point on, it was all about Worthen. Beautiful little high crotch there. Was able to take the back and then sit there, control the position, have the back of Abelardo, do a little bit of damage with the ground and pound, but end the round in an extremely dominant position.
Mark takes Abelardo flying the Philippines and New Zealand flags. Troy Worthen from the USA, based here in Singapore out of Evolve MMA. Once again, the fans in this one very much down the line. 52% saying Worthen wins, 48% for Abelardo. Second round of three inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Our closed event tonight, not open for the public.
Ready?
Very best wishes and thoughts go out to all of our fans in China and indeed around the world. Our hearts go out to you. And in public safety with the coronavirus, we have chosen to keep this a closed door event tonight. Second round of three, peppering jabs and a high right roundhouse kick there from Abelardo to open up the round.
Doesn't matter if it's the fans, it's the athletes, safety is our #1 priority here at One Championship. Now Worthen's on the back foot. He's still twitching out that leg, just showing the feints, showing that improved striking style, and he's also stance changing, which is giving Abelardo different looks.
Inside thigh kick there from Worthen. Abelardo goes to the midsection. Worthen, that southpaw stance. The left side is the power side. There's a power left roundhouse kick from Worthen. Abelardo likes to swing those heavy single strikes, but he needs to maybe set them up a little, Mitch.
Yeah, he's got that hooking style. He likes to hurt you with a hook, and then once he does that, then he starts to put the combinations together. He relies on that power, that God-gifted talent of just throwing that heat at his opponents. But he's got to set it up, especially when he's dealing with somebody with the wrestling pedigree of Worthen. Because if he overcommits to a strike, Worthen might duck under, grab that double leg, put him on his backside.
It's all part of our lead card from here in Singapore of One Championship, King of the Jungle. Wherever you're watching, folks around the world, hope you're enjoying it just as much as we are. Still to come in our lead card, our main event will be Mei Yamaguchi and Denise Sambawanga in an atomweight showdown. Worthen thought about an uppercut elbow off that back arm.
Did you hear that body kick, though, landed by Worthen? You can hear it reverberate throughout the stadium.
Fake there from Worthen. Looked for the jab, didn't commit to it, however. Roundhouse kick from Abelardo, goes upstairs. Abelardo pouring with that lead hand, needs to throw the right hand down the tube. As Mitch said, once he gets that lead foot on the outside of Worthen's lead foot to enable the right cross against the southpaw. Of course, the right hand, public enemy #1 of any southpaw athlete.
Worthen's also doing a good job of seeing that lead foot stance, and he's starting to keep his foot. So it's a little bit of a battle between the lead foot step to see who control that outside lane.
Oh, the high kick from Worthen. Smack bang to the neck of Abelardo, and again a beauty from the American.
Man, it sounded like he was cracking a baseball bat to a watermelon. Abelardo's got to keep that hand. I like to see him start moving his head. He can't eat too many of those. Little gloves, he's not going to be able to absorb that impact.
Worthen did tell you yesterday about the improved striking skills, Mitch. He's showing it here tonight.
Yeah, and this second round has all been about the stand-up of Worthen. And he's connecting on a lot of these shots. Good movement, able to avoid the rushing in of Abelardo, throwing that head kick at will.
They're seeing Abelardo drop that right glove. They're coming over the top with the left round kick to try and loop the shin around the back of the neck and drop him. Worthen edges forward now. You sense the confidence oozing out of every pore of Troy Worthen. Locks onto that single leg of Abelardo. Hopscotch back against the circle wall here for Abelardo.
Abelardo's got to try to kick that foot onto the ground, otherwise...
Takedown. On the back, Abelardo. Top position for Worthen.
Like that mid-air adjustment by Worthen to use his arm to force Abelardo to the ground. As he picked him up with the high crotch, Abelardo had good balance, and Worthen was able to use his arm to force Abelardo to the canvas in a beautiful takedown.
Elbow there from Worthen. Turns the knuckles in on the left hand, does the American. 1 minute 5 remaining, second of 3. Some good ground and pound now from Worthen. What are the options for Abelardo from here, Dragon?
You can see Abelardo's got his feet on the hips. He might try to push Worthen away, but with the experience in wrestling that Worthen has, he's going to be very adjusted. He always sliding his hips out of the way, so Abelardo wasn't able to get those, but he created just a little bit of space to pop himself back up. Now he's up against that circle wall. Look at Worthen driving his head right into the face of Abelardo just to control that position, and he's sneaking those hands in too.
Abelardo 19-6, Worthen 6-0. BJJ brown belt Worthen, multiple-time wrestling champion in the USA, NCAA champion, All-American as well, Troy Worthen. Originally from Florida. Overhooking that left arm is Abelardo. Chance for the elbows for Mark Fairtex Abelardo. Final 10 seconds of what's been a very entertaining round. We've seen some great striking from Worthen as he smiles at Abelardo as Abelardo meets only fresh air with the elbow. Big hello to all of our fans watching around the world, to Hannah Laville in Melbourne, Australia, to Martin Folks over in London, England. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Look at that takedown. That was beautiful. Had the high crotch, took his arm, swept him down, put him onto his bat, and then beautiful with the knee. Hit him square in the neck. That is a nasty ground and pound knee right there coming from Troy Worthen. Wearing a little bit of damage under the eye. Mark Abelardo looks okay. Both these guys look fresh and focused heading into the third and final round.
How do you score it, folks, wherever you're watching live around the world? Do you have it for Abelardo? Do you have it for Worthen? Let us know on Twitter at One Championship, on Facebook at One Championship, as we move into the third and final round of this bantamweight contest. Can Troy Worthen maintain his undefeated record? Been very impressive so far, the American. You hear the corner of Troy Worthen, the team from Evolve MMA, saying very light on your feet, Troy. Stay light, get the strikes off. He's been successful at it so far, Dragon. Oh, smack bang! How about that? The sweat flew off the brow. And now Worthen forces Abelardo back against the circle wall.
Man, Abelardo is eating those head kicks like they're Tic Tacs, just absorbing that shot and throwing right back. But Worthen, I like the way he throws the kick. Before that kick even comes down, he's throwing that right hand for a beautiful little two-piece combination.
Knee to the thigh was a beauty, to the inside right thigh. The corner also appreciated it. Worthen doing everything right so far. Hopping left hand there from Worthen. Abelardo's got to get off the circle wall here. No chance for the elbows that Abelardo is renowned for, nor the hooking punches. Knee there from Abelardo. Another knee from Abelardo, just to the right waist of Worthen. Worthen drops down levels now, looks for a double leg dragon.
Changes levels, good wide base right here from Abelardo, but he's able to catch the leg, goes in for the high crotch. Just putting on a wrestling clinic up against that circle wall. Troy Worthen's kind of eyeballing us like he can hear us, sucking away the hips now, trying to pull the hips away from the circle wall so Abelardo can't use that wall to get back up.
Mitch Worthen doing everything right. What does Abelardo need to do to try and turn the tide here?
He needs to get back up and start dancing on his feet again because he's got to break this grip. You see how Worthen keeps sucking the hands away? Once Worthen's able to get his arms clasped together, it's easy for him to control the hips. Now he's turning it. It's all about that head position. Where the head goes, the body goes, and Worthen is driving his head right into the body of Abelardo, so he's pinning him right there. Now he's got the hands clasped again. He's going to try to cut the angle, suck him away. Abelardo's doing a good job of staying right there.
This is a confident Troy Worthen, listening to his corner, doing everything correct so far, and Abelardo may be running out of ideas.
Nice little turn the corner right there, but you can see he allowed, right when he turned that corner, he allowed Abelardo to come back up, but he was able to get the back. Now let's see what he can do with this. He's got 2.5 to work now. See what kind of pressure he can apply.
Do you see Abelardo being fatigued here, Dragon?
He's doing a good job. I'm surprised he's got this kind of gas tank because these kinds of exchanges just suck your energy dry. And he's constantly working just to keep fighting, to keep that. See how his legs triangled in between the legs right there of Troy Worthen? He's got to try to pop back up. He's got to get that leg out of the triangle and work his way back up. But Troy Worthen is always attacking something else. Now, once Mark Abelardo freed the leg, now he's starting to attack the foot. Now he goes right back up. Good job by Mark Abelardo, work his way back up to his feet.
Can Abelardo break off, get the distance and work the striking? How he'd like to come leading with those looping hooks if he's in, throwing the elbows and the leg kicks. But Worthen staying pressed on the Kiwi Filipino at the moment. Backs him against the circle wall again as time ticks down for Mark Abelardo. Only 90 seconds remaining, Dragon.
Abelardo almost got away. He even had the underhook on the left side, but just the sheer power and strength of Worthen was able to press him up against that wall and keep him right there. You can see Abelardo's trying to get the underhook on the right side now, but just that strength coming from Worthen as he attacks those legs, changes levels, drops down. Can Abelardo pry him back up with that underhook?
1 minute, Troy. 1 minute.
Worthen's corner just alerting him that there is 1 minute remaining. Abelardo's corner also giving their instructions, but it's all a matter of if he can break off here. Eats an elbow. That was flush to the top lip of Abelardo. Beautiful work from Worthen. This is a superb performance in every aspect from Troy Worthen tonight.
It's like watching a high-level striker put combinations together. That's what we're seeing from these takedowns and these clinch exchanges from Troy Worthen. He's always attacking something else. It's like a chess game. You got one move, you got to plan 2 to 3 moves ahead, and that's what he's doing. He's putting these combinations together, this chain wrestling. He's always giving Abelardo something different to think about.
Abelardo struggling, trying to get to his feet. Gets there now. Can he break off from Worthen, though? Here's a rapid-fire combination from Abelardo. Seconds remaining. Abelardo with the heavy artillery. There's the elbow. There's the uppercut. There's the hook. He catches him, but it's not enough. Abelardo swinging to fresh air. It's another high kick from Worthen. What a sensational end to a brilliant performance from both these men. But Troy Worthen, my word, that was exemplary.
Beautiful striking. We saw a lot of high kicks coming out of the wrestler, Troy Worthen, just going shin to chin repeatedly, throwing that left high kick over and over again. But Credit to Abelardo, always had his hand in the right position, able to avoid any significant damage, but he was eating those shots. There's that combination I was talking about. Left high kick to the straight left hand. Beautifully put together combinations and improved in striking from Troy Worthen. I think just the sheer velocity that he was throwing these head kicks with, even though Abelardo was covering, he has an iron chin, they were still doing damage.
Let's go to Dom Lau and find out our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, Troy